Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to True Squadron, and in this video I'll be showing off my LEGO Star Wars 2020 Imperial Army. Now I've collected this mostly since 2016 and I'm excited to show this off today to you guys. So in the first little bit here I'll kind of break this all down, but we have like the main Stormtroopers, we have more of the important officers and people over there, and more of the specialists over there. But as we start with the Stormtroopers, we have our commanders in the front right here holding some custom E11s. All right here in the front, and these are the newer style Stormtroopers right here, and they kind of go all the way back again, like 3 or 4 rows back. So I have quite a few of the newer style of Stormtroopers, and then some of these have DLT 19s in the back and T21B custom rifles, so that's cool. And if we go back even more, guys, we have the older style Stormtroopers, which are still good nonetheless, but I don't think they're as good as the newer style. I know that's kind of unpopular opinion, but I do definitely like the newer style more. And then we have the more damaged Battlefront 2 versions in the back. I think I have more of the Battlefront 2 versions than the actually like the clean versions right there. So they have the scratches and stuff on them. And then we have some of the older style Stormtroopers from the very beginning of LEGO Star Wars and stuff like that. Then of course we have our unpopular Rebel Stormtroopers right here with the kind of a big like exaggerated mouthpiece right there of the blue stripes. I still sort of like these guys, but I can definitely see why people do not like these. So these kind of go to very far back of the column here of all these Imperial Stormtroopers, so that's definitely the biggest portion of my army. And if we go back here, we have more of the original trilogy style Stormtroopers with the Sand Troopers right here. These are, 2 of them had the orange pauldron, so they're like the squad leaders. Then we have 4 of the enlisted style troopers, and then we have 2 of the older style Sand Troopers right there. And then we have some snow troopers. We have, I think there's 4 or 5 of the new style, and then 4 of the older. I definitely do have more of these, but I have no idea where they are. So this is just my snow trooper collection. I actually personally do not really like the snow trooper as much, probably my least favorite. So that's why I do not have a lot of them. Then I have 5 of the newer style scout troopers. Now these are so cool. I love these guys so much. And then we have like older one right there, but these guys are awesome. These guys are carrying some custom sniper rifles right there in the front as well. So if we move back, guys, we can see the specialist style Stormtroopers and stuff like that. So here are my Scarif Troopers. You have 1 squad leader, 3 captains. I believe that's what they're called. If I'm not mistaken, let me know. And then there's 5 of the regular Scarif Troopers, which are really awesome. I really wish I had more of these, but this is what I have so far. So I have 9 of these Scarif Troopers. If we go back, we have some of the Death Troopers. Now I have 9 of these as well. These are the more like heavily armored Death Troopers with the pauldrons and stuff. They have custom pauldrons and custom sniper rifles, or their regular rifles, as well as these guys also are the regular style Death Troopers with custom I think E11Ds rifles or whatever they're called. They all have them. So those are really nice. I love the Death Troopers. And then right here we have our Imperial Patrol Troopers. I believe that's what they're called as well. I do have a little bit more of these guys. These guys actually have a really interesting, cool design. But unfortunately, they were not shown off too much in solo, just a little quick scene. But these guys are really cool nonetheless. So if we go back here, we actually have 5 Bimban Stormtroopers, which are another really nice new Stormtrooper from Solo. Now these guys have a lot of really great detail, and I'm glad I got 5 of them right here. And if we go back here, we have 4 Range Troopers, which I'm really glad I actually have. These guys are actually another really cool style Stormtrooper from Solo. These guys are actually supposed to be like the elite of Stormtroopers, so these are really nice to have 4 of. Now if we go back here, we have actually 9 of the Imperial Shock Troopers. These are kind of the older style helmet, but these guys are awesome, really awesome. I'm really glad I have at least 9 of these guys. Now if we go back, we have all of our kind of shadow style troopers of the newer style right there with the newer helmet. And if we go back, we have the older versions of the Shadow Troopers, as well as like the other 2 really old versions of the original Shadow Troopers, I should say. I definitely do have more of them. I have no idea where they are. I think I just took them apart as a kid, because I know I at least have 10 of those original style, but I have no idea where they are. Now if we go back over here, we have a ton of the ATDP pilots, or just Imperial pilots in general. We have 5 of the white versions, and we have 6 of the kind of dark gray, light gray versions. These guys are really cool from Star Wars Rebels, as well as we have 6 Mimban Mud Troopers. So these guys are another really cool addition from Solo. I keep saying that, but there's a lot of cool kind of versions of Stormtroopers we've gotten from Solo. Now these are just like the regular grunt infantry that we don't really see too often in Star Wars, so this is really cool to see them. Just like the regular infantry, non-Stormtrooper infantry. That was really cool to see. Now back here we have our TIE Fighter pilots. Now these guys have different varying versions, so these guys in the front are more the newer style. We have more of the TIE Striker style with his lines going down, and then the older versions, and we have the Rebels versions in the back as well. This guy's actually a newer one. Then we have our AT-AT pilots right there. So yeah, those are all my specialist style Stormtroopers. Now if we go over to the left over here, we actually have our main characters right here. So we have Darth Vader, and funny enough, I don't think I have Emperor Palpatine, which is crazy. Out of all this whole thing, I need Emperor Palpatine, so that's kind of crazy. So I definitely need to get him. We have Krennic, Admiral Lauren. We got Kalos right here in his ISB agent uniform. And we have another ISB agent right there, because I have two Kaloses, so I just made the one from Battlefront 2. I made the kind of the girl version with the double pistols. That's really cool. I put in the Imperial Spy. I don't know if he's actually part of the Empire, but I decided to put him in here anyway. We have Boba Fett as well. He not really a part of the Empire. I know he is a bounty hunter, but I decided to put him in there anyway. We have the Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor, really awesome figure. And then we have Inferno Squad with Iden Versio. Back here we have all of our Imperial officers. Really nice to have. Most of these guys from the solo versions of the Imperial officers. I actually have a few more of the Imperial officers and stuff back there under the Imperial Star Destroyer, which we'll get to in a minute. Some more like officers in general. These are more like the crewmen and different varying like tan and black and gray uniforms. Up here we actually have a K2SO or Imperial Security Droid right there. Only got one of him. And this is our kind of our Royal Guard section. We have 4 of them, of the regular Royal Guards, and then 2 of the Shadow Royal Guards or something like that. That came in the battle pack a little while ago. We have 8 of the Imperial Death Star Troopers. These guys are cool as well, seeing A New Hope and stuff like that. And we have some of the Death Star Gunners or something like that. I think these 4 in the back are actually versions from Rogue One. And the other 8 right here are Imperial ATST drivers. And then we have Imperial hover tank pilots as well over there. Now this other guy is the kind of the blue version you get from Vader's castle. So that is cool. I have him. So yeah, guys, that is all my Imperial minifigures right here. But let's get on to the vehicles. So if I kind of back out right here, you can kind of see all the vehicles right here. Of course, you have the big boar in the middle and stuff like that. So if we kind of start over here, we have 2 of the Imperial hover tanks. Now, these guys are really cool. I wish I definitely got more. They were definitely a good cheap set to get. So I have 2 of them. Now I have 2 of the Imperial TIE Strikers, which are really cool. Another new addition to Rogue One of these style TIE fighters. These guys are built more for atmospheric battles and stuff like that, which are cool. And I actually have 5 of the new TIE fighters back here, which is a nice addition to my collection, I must say. Really happy I have 5 of the new Imperial TIE fighters. I never got any of the older versions, so this is really nice. I got 5 of the new ones. Now I guess we can address the big one. Is the Imperial Star Destroyer, or the UCS Star Destroyer. Now I've had this in the background of most of my videos, so you've probably seen it already, but this is probably one of, if not my favorite Lego Star Wars set ever. It's just a beast. Super awesome. Definitely recommend it. A lot of great detail in it. So still need to build my UCS Millennium Falcon. It's actually over here. Boom. I need to build that still. So maybe that will be my second favorite. We'll have to see. So if we move down here, guys, we have the newer Imperial shuttle, or the kind of the bigger version, I guess, is more of a troop transport. That's a really cool set. And we have the older version actually in the back there, which has I guess I left it in the sun right there because it is kind of decolored in the back. So we move back over here, we kind of have our Imperial Tie Advance group right here. So this is the Vader's Tie Advance, and then this is the Tie Advance prototype from when you get the Grand Inquisitor and stuff like that from Star Wars Rebels. And this is the original TIE Advance right there. So kind of with the bluer, older style color scheme. So these are the kind of 3 TIE Advance models I have right there. And back here we have our Imperial AT Hauler, which is another cool set from Solo. And this is another majority of my Imperial ground forces right here are my ATSTs. I have 6 of the new ATSTs from Rogue One. Another great set. I'm so glad I have these guys. I just started slowly building up. I got one, and then after the other, and eventually I have 6 right here. And in the back here, I decided to include the ATST Raider. I don't know if you should include him, but I did, since he's ATST nonetheless. And we have 2 ATDPs, which are another really cool walker from Star Wars Rebels. And yeah, guys, this is my Imperial army. I'm really happy with it so far. I'm definitely have to grow it more and more. We're getting so much new Imperial stuff nowadays. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if y'all want to see more of my collection and army videos, hit that like and subscribe down below. And I'll see y'all next time.